Between being accused of stealing and copying from other brands to old friends coming out to expose her, there's a lot that's been going on with JACLYN Hill recently. Last I talked about her, I said that JACLYN was being accused of copying a necklace design for her brand JACLYN Roxanne from another brand called Lana Jewelry, who JACLYN has actually worn before, and she's tagged their products and even follows and likes their social media posts. This isn't even the first time that JACLYN's been called out for copying, as she's already been accused of stealing the name for her blanket and loungewear company from another YouTuber who already had an established brand with the same name. And in terms of her jewelry line, people have accused JACLYN of being unoriginal on several occasions, not just this one, and have continued to point out the fact that these are not original by any means, and some of this is just really giving AliExpress. I mean, truly, there's so many that can be compared with items on AliExpress and other websites. But still, JACLYN tries to say that she has a designer that she works with to create these products for her website. And I don't know who's buying that information after seeing these photos, because it's clearly not like an original designer then, but that's what JACLYN is saying. She said all this when she was called out for copying Lana Jewelry's necklace and tried to claim that she didn't copy them, even though everyone felt like she most certainly had. Even her former friend Marlene Estelle threw some shade at the situation when she commented under Lana Jewelry's Instagram saying, "We stand behind women-owned brands who have the passion to create unique pieces and not rip off other women's designs and brands. Have purchased Lana Jewelry for years and have many pieces, still wear them weekly all these years later and love them." And Lana Jewelry said, "Thank you." But this wasn't the last of Marlena commenting on something JACLYN related, that's for sure. It actually was just the beginning. Marlena has had enough with JACLYN, and last week she took to Twitter to say, "This is the year I take my power back. No more being nice only to get trampled. No more staying quiet in fear of what people think, and no more letting people take advantage of you." And she added this quote that said, "You are more powerful than you know, and they fear the day you discover it." And apparently Marlena is coming out with a book this year, so that book is about to be crazy with what I'm about to tell you guys that she put on Reddit and what she has opened up about, because if this is just a small portion of what she's willing to open up about right now, I can't even imagine what is in her freaking book. But she ended up posting in the JACLYN Snark Reddit about JACLYN and her experience working with her, being friends with her, the betrayal she felt when JACLYN dropped the ball on the collab that they were supposed to do years ago, and the money that she lost from the fact that JACLYN dropped the ball on her, and said that she's got nothing to lose now and doesn't want anyone else to be in the same position as her ever again with JACLYN. So that's why she's wanting to tell her story now. And before I even get into it, she said that the reason why she never sued JACLYN or took her to court or anything like that or spoke up about it was because she was not in a good place in her life at the time, and so that is why that never happened. But this is what she had to say about the entire situation, kind of like what's been going on with JACLYN. She said, "I'm tired of staying quiet, especially after the Kaylin incident, because that's yet another woman in a lineup of many who have been done dirty by a manipulative liar. I'm tired of not speaking everything in fear of being called a hater, looking for relevancy. But since I closed my brand already, I don't have to worry about being told I'm trying to drum up sales. Been holding this all in for 7 years. I've forgiven JACLYN for losing Makeup Geek $1 million, even though it was a bad move and hurt my company horribly. I should have gotten the contract signed, but never imagined a friend would pull out knowing the inventory was already in-house. Hardest lesson I've ever learned. I even texted her pictures of all the crates of products sitting in my warehouse. That's why Makeup Geek struggled so much after 2016. Was a literal $1 million worth of product was ordered. Retail revenue actually lost was $4.5 million. $1 million was just what was invested in product ordered. Many boring palettes happened after that in an effort to recover costs. In the nude palette, bunch of other ones, insane packaging because I had 100K units. I ended up tossing thousands of them last year when I announced Makeup Geek closure. But what hurt even worse than the financial wreckage was her pretending to be a friend only to drop me like a toilet wand as soon as she found someone else to give her what she wanted, info on how to start a makeup brand. Meanwhile, I was thinking it was a true friendship, so I went out of my way to give her secretive info like labs and packaging connects. I even drove her personally to San Francisco from Napa to do an in-person meeting with a vendor to help her with her lipsticks. She She was Makeup Geek's biggest affiliate, so I could have just not helped her knowing it was technically competition for another brand. But I knew how hard it was starting a brand from scratch with no help. I believed in her and actually did love her like a friend and wanted to see her succeed. She's crazy talented in makeup. Once JACLYN became friends with Linda, not only was I dropped, but she took Linda to every lab I gave her. I put my reputation on the line by asking favors from my vendors to meet with her. The final straw of friendship for me was me seeing her at my lab with Linda the same day as me, while she blew me off and stated she was too busy to meet me for even a coffee. She lied saying she had errands and couldn't meet up. Meanwhile, that afternoon, my team sees her and Linda at my lab while we're there. That was the day I knew who JACLYN truly was, and I felt stupid and deceived. And just in case anyone's confused, this is Linda from Morphe. That's the Linda we're talking about. But back to Marlena's post. I messaged JACLYN months before Lipstickgate and told her I was hurt all this time and stated my feelings about the shady business practices of Morphe, lying about the restocking vegan palettes, subpar quality, etc. When I stated it was a bad move to pull out of the collab, she had no remorse and said, "What do you want me to do, Marlena?" And yes, I warned her about the lab, but she did a rush job and went with them anyways. I knew it was a rush job when Lipstickgate happened because my other vendors who denied the last minute request from Morphe told me. Again, that's why I was vocal about Lipstickgate, because I knew what happened, even as she was lying through her teeth. Fuzzy gloves, it hasn't been one thing with her, but a repeated series of lies, stepping on other women to serve her what she wants, stealing other brands, blaming everyone else for her poor morals, and so much more. I know I've been blunt lately, but honestly, I'm effing fed up. And no, I won't do a video because her fans are rabid and I want to keep some semblance of peace after working so hard the last 4 years to get rid of toxic people and things in my life. I should probably not blast her on social even, but the JACLYN instance was so damn that I'm just fed up. So that's why I post here and there, because it's hard to keep quiet when I see so much happening to other women too. Stealing codes from JACLYN and mocking the trademark was disgusting. Don't get me started on lying about her family-owned business either. Becca CEO, Jen Gerard, myself, JACLYN, and now Lana, these are just some of the people wrecked by JACLYN's selfish and shady moves. There is a common denominator here, and it's not all of us. Thank you for letting me rant. Phew, that felt good to release. It's crazy to hear Marlena say that she warned JACLYN about working with Morphe and about the lab that they went to where her fuzzy lipsticks were made. It is just absolutely wild that JACLYN knew that that was a possibility, and she still went ahead and worked with Morphe and worked at this lab. And it still blows my mind that JACLYN got on camera to say that that was a family-owned business that she had, when all along it was Morphe behind her. It's just wild. The whole thing is just very crazy, and it obviously sucks to hear that Marlena was very close with her and they were supposed to work together, and she lost $1 million because JACLYN pulled the plug on their project together last minute to work with Morphe, doing things behind her back. I mean, truly, it's just not a good look for JACLYN at all. And every single month this year, I just feel like there's more and more stuff about JACLYN that's being revealed, and it doesn't make her look good at all. And yet she has not really addressed anything or said anything to make her look better or defend herself. It's really just deny, 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 and that's about it. Marlena also included these photos to Reddit, and she said, just 2 eyeshadows here. Each box holds 1,900 eyeshadows. There's 2 crates full of just these. This doesn't include multiple crates of empty palettes and packaging. These are what we can assume the products that she ordered that were intended for the JACLYN collab that was never used. Marlena continued the conversation in the thread, answering questions as to why this was being said now. She said, at the end of the day, I don't hate JACLYN, but hate what she does to other women, and I hate the lies. I hate how good women have lost their businesses. There's always issues that happen in business, but keep it real because customers deserve to know it's not hard to just be honest and not steal from people. And also, she said she keeps getting away with it because she surrounds herself only with yes people. That's why I was pushed out, was because I was honest and didn't just say what she wanted to hear. And there hasn't been any real consequences to her actions, so she just feels like she can just keep doing shady things. There's no way in hell she didn't know JACLYN's brand didn't exist. One Google search shows it, and why else did she stress the trademark issue so much but never before ever mentioned a trademark before on her other brands, which by the way was a lie because she never trademarked it. You can check in the TESS database and see there's nothing there with her name and co's. So she lied again and ruined Caitlyn's brand for nothing, which is true. JACLYN put the TM sign next to her brand, even though she never actually trademarked it, and it's currently not trademarked by her. And recently it seems like she's been changing the tags on her blankets and her clothing. So I'm like, are you getting rid of the name Co's because you know that everybody is mad at you for using that name? Like, what is the deal? But in regards to all of this, JACLYN has stayed extremely quiet about Marlena speaking up, and the only thing that she's really posted was this on her Instagram story that said, "Every day I fight the urge to not go on a Kanye rant and set the record straight about a lot of," and I'm like, what would she even say? I really want to know what JACLYN would say to set the record straight. Like, I don't know how you can say, I have a family business, this is my small business that I created, yet there's all these documents that say Morphe is behind you. So it's just like, how do you set the record straight about that? I need to know what she would say. It's truly just a whole thing with JACLYN, but who knows if she'll ever say anything at all about any of this. I certainly want to know what you guys think in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.